Hi, welcome to Pensioner Fitness again. It's Ian, and today we're going to talk about hand grip strength. Now, hand grip strength is important. You need to be able to support yourself. Now, if you think about it, if you're walking upstairs, you hold the handrail as a support system. Now, if your foot slips, let's say there's water or something on the stair and you slip, that hand grip is what's going to prevent you from falling and tumbling all the way down the stairs, which is no good. Right, so you need that. And also, you know, if you've got those support rails around your bath, it can help you support yourself with a good grip when you're using the bath. Of course, obviously, you don't want to fall in the bath, because if you're naked and you're lying there helpless, it's very embarrassing having to call people in to help you. So, what can we do to improve our hand grip strength? Well, let me show you. Here's the first thing. These are hand grip exercises, and simply they work like this. Now, if you look at this part of your arm when you're doing this, you will see the muscles moving, and this over time will strengthen your grip and will strengthen those muscles and your fingers and hands. Now, you can do two together, or if you've only got one, you can do one hand and just keep changing hands. Better to have two, I believe. And you work away, and after a little while you'll get tired, and you know, these muscles will get tired, and you'll feel it, and you'll feel it in your hands. And that tells you something's happening, there's improvement there. Right? Now, these cost money. You have to buy these. If you're living on a pension and you're not keen to splash out a lot of money, because life isn't easy on a pension, I know that. Let me explain to you, right, what you can do. Here's a cheap alternative, a ball. Now, if you have a tennis ball which is hollow, right, it's not difficult to squeeze it. This is a solid ball, this is a solid rubber ball, and it makes it much harder to squeeze, but I like that, personally. Right? And as you squeeze it, all these muscles start moving. Now, this does exactly the same as the hand squeezers. It does exactly the same job. And again, you can change hands, you can get two, you can do both together, it doesn't matter, as long as you do it. Now, that ball might be slightly big for some hands, you know, maybe some of the ladies, like, you know, find that a bit of a big ball for their hand. So, here's an alternative. This is a squash ball. Now, a squash ball, they're very cheap, they don't cost very much at all. A squash ball, you can do exactly the same thing, and these muscles will keep moving while you're doing this. You'll see them being exercised, your hands, your fingers, everything's being moved, and it does the same job, and it will strengthen these muscles, because from here down is what controls your grip and makes your grip strong, these muscles in here. So you've got that, and of course, again, you can sit anywhere you want. This is small, you can pop it in your pocket, pop it in your purse, and just take it out when you're on the bus, on the train, visiting somebody. It doesn't matter, watching television, waiting for the kettle to boil to make your tea or coffee. You can be squeezing that, and it will be doing you good and improving your strength of your hand grip. Now, let me show you another option. If you remember, when we made weights, we used bottles with sand in them, and this is a 1 kilogram. This is a half-litre bottle full of sand, 1 kilogram. There's a length of cord, and there's a bar. Now, that could be metal, rubber, wood, whatever. It doesn't really matter what it is, so long as you've got a bar there. And on mine, I've had to put a little pin in here to stop the cord rotating, because I want this to wind up. Right. How do you do this? This works these muscles very well. So you hold it out at arm's length, and you roll it. And you roll it up until the bottle reaches where the bar is. When you get to there, you unroll it again. Until you get to the bottom. And then when you get to the bottom, roll it up. Now, when you're doing this, when you're letting this down, do not do this, because that's no good. You've got to unwind it using your hands, otherwise you're not giving your muscles the right exercise. So, this, as I said, costs nothing. You make this in your own hand. It's very, very good, and it will exercise you extremely well. Make you stronger. Now, before I go, I want to show you one other thing. We all have a broom in the house, or a brush, whatever you call them. And you can leave the head on it, it doesn't matter. But what you should do is take it off if you can, right? And here's a little exercise, which is a hand, arm and eye coordination exercise. And it uses your brain, it uses your eye and your hands. And it's very good for movement. And so, you hold it like this, put the other hand here, turn it this way. And then your exercise starts. This one changes, that changes, that changes. And they just go under and over, opposite each other. And you can speed it up. Or you can do it slower. But what it's doing is it's making you use your brain, your eye and your hands, coordinating them, and that's very good for you. And it's a good exercise. It won't make you terribly strong, but it will coordinate those, and that's a really good little exercise to do. Keeps the brain sharp, keeps your hands moving, and it's very good for you. Okay. That's all I've got for you on this subject, and what I want you to do is have a look underneath, and you'll find a place where you can give us a like and subscribe, and if you do that I'll be very grateful, but if you don't want to do that, it's okay. Anyway, thank you very much. See you at pensionandfitness.com.